Hey everyone, so it is June 19th and I've had maybe 2 hours of sleep. I probably had a little over 2 hours of sleep, definitely closer to 2 than 3 hours. Anyway, so last night, I don't know if you want me to shout your name out or not, but someone left a comment on my last video and asked if the shape that I was trying to describe was toroidal, and this is going to connect to aliens. This is going to go all over the place, this video. So, that's how I see. Okay, how do I slow down? Okay, so that's how I see Earth, right? And so I knew the name, I know the shape because that's what I see. But I didn't make the distinction when I describe what I was saying. And also I've never made that connection. I think because I've never said it out loud, I've never talked about it, and it's never come up in conversation. And even the people, like, you would think that the kind of people that I hang around, when it comes to this kind of stuff, it would come up in some shape or form, but it doesn't. So I don't know. But anyway, so I looked up last night Taurus, and this is what made the connection to me, and it was like amnesia finally vanished. I didn't even notice this until this morning, that literally Earth being a donut. But it says cosmology of the universe, and it's animated and it's turning inward on itself, and that's what I see, right? So it looks like an hourglass or a vortex. And when I say blender, when I say blender, I'm thinking the Vitamix blender, because I think the Vitamix blends it differently than an actual, like, a blender goes more like a swirling motion, and this feels like almost like a siphoning or like a suctioning feeling, that kind of, I mean, it causes a spiral, but it's more of like an undertow is what I feel, like spiraling that way, right? It's a continuation of that. But yeah, so anyway, so then I saw this link. I don't know, because I was browsing on private, and so I don't see what I was previously looking at, but there was some link where they were showing people's auras and how it looks toroidal, and it finally connects everything for me. And not everything, because I'm still not making all the connections, but thank you so much, because it's so helpful for me to see it. Because this is the thing, is I think, like I said, I don't talk about this kind of stuff, and so I don't make the connections. And then on top of that, what I talked about yesterday in the video of like what I believe I witnessed as like pre-birth, we'll just say it that way, right? Coming into this earth feels more of a memory, right? And then when I talk about what I see with Earth, it feels more like it's separate from like a vision, in the sense that it's being told to me, but it's kind of being told as a memory. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, do you remember this particular incident? And then it's like you kind of remember, and you know that you've experienced it, but it's not like it's not fully familiar. So it's like it's separate from a vision, in the sense of something that kind of feels almost unique, right? Like something that's not yet experienced or not ever experienced by me, or it's like being taught to me, or it's something that's like, I was gonna say the word concurrent, but it's like something that's like just something changed, and this feels unchanged, in the sense, do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, And like the reason why I feel like from this perspective, like as human beings, like when we look at Earth, it's from the perspective of kind of like, it's kind of like being in the center of it, sort of. And that's why it gives it that shape. I don't know, but basically how this connects with aliens, go back. There's something else I was supposed to say. They're saying go back, go back, go back. Okay. So something I didn't mention is, so like from like that higher perspective, it's like the closer and more narrow and focused you are, like the intention to come into this orbit, we'll say, right, into like wherever this is, this universes, like creation, this reality. Go back. Okay. So yesterday, something I kept hearing that I didn't say is Fool's Journey. The Fool's Journey. And they were showing me the Fool's card. And essentially, what I did at one point is I took one of my tarot decks and I felt the need to lay them out from beginning to end. And when I did that, I saw the story of creation. So obviously the cards kind of take on different meanings, you know, for different readings, but like the overall message I received from that was the story of creation. And so when they took me to the Fool's Journey, like the Fool, and they showed me creation, and they kept saying that in the last one, then they were connecting the origin. It's like the origin of creation, and how like the circle, you know, like when I look at God, right, which I don't see God, but like the energy, like if you look at the aura, you know, and if it's toroidal in that way, and then the center being is your soul, it's and in human form, it's the human being, and then the aura surrounding it. God is solid light. It's solid. It's like this. It doesn't fold into itself. There is no folding of itself into anything. It's solid form. And then I've asked before, and I've asked, but is it solid because it's so high vibrational it appears solid, or is it actually like solid material? And so peace they show as like the toroidal movement, and how it gets so high vibrational that the center becomes so small that anything that it creates like a film on the top. So like if we use the blender analogy and like just see it as like some product inside, so it's like you spin it so fast that the top stops moving enough, it's still enough that it creates a film that's impenetrable. And so that's essentially this high vibrational way it creates the film, where something has to go from the surface, the density from the surface, to fold back into itself, thus creating the torus again, you know, that. And so it's kind of essentially how like this can't exist if we didn't exist, like if we weren't here, obviously, but like from like a soul's perspective, like then none of the, like nothing would exist. before us, when this was in its infancy, infancy, not infantry. I don't know, but we were still existing. It wouldn't exist if we weren't creating that movement, right? It's like we're the droplets. And so essentially, like, that's kind of what demons want to do, is to slow down the torus to make it wider, but then it'll eventually collapse, right? And okay, I'm gonna get ahead of myself, and I'm getting the okay that I can do this. So that's essentially what they're trying. Sorry, maybe that was a really big bird. It sounded like someone was coming up the stairs. That's essentially what who's they? It feels like demon, like the darkest demons that could ever exist, but that have infiltrated humanity, like the top tier dark people that people talk, like they whom are descendants, they are just the body form to let, like, there's real demons that are living in people's bodies. But I don't understand how. I don't know. Okay, anyway, okay, so this is the part that I didn't tell you guys. Okay, so again, sorry, I'm skipping around. There's stuff, it'll eventually come out. Okay, so I don't know if in this video, but it'll eventually come out. So the thing that I didn't tell you guys, because whatever reason, not intentionally, is do you hear that? Okay, anyway, it's like a rattling. I don't know what bird that is. Anyway, okay. Bear with me. So okay, so like, let's look at the soul, right? The soul just like coming down, okay? And there's like branches. I'll show you what I'm like. Okay, this is gonna be much easier. So the soul, this is the soul. The line is the soul. This is you, okay? And then there's like branches. There, okay? And then this will follow this. This is Earth. This isn't Earth. This is like this entire universe within universes within universes within universes. This is the folding unto itself of parallel universes, past lives, past this, everything that is interwoven, interconnected to some capacity, where it's like something you do in a parallel reality or in a past life, or whichever way in which you're looking at this, in whatever perspective, will affect the present moment, right? This is all interconnected, interwoven. However, there's another part that is completely separate, and another part completely separate. So this is simultaneously, I think, existing. I mean, it feels like it. I mean, it seems like it. I don't know if it feels like it, because I don't feel it, but I just sense it, and it's just whatever, I'm just telling you. Okay, so that's the soul, and it's going like that, right? And like, this is completely independent. These are completely independent of each other. And so you can use that analogy. Like if I pick a flower here, does that affect the coast of Africa? I'm in America. I mean, eventually it does, and in some way it does, and energetically it does, in the sense of that energy of the flower is now transformed somewhere else because it doesn't go anywhere, right? You see, it's like all connected. Your soul and like it's like our vision, but it's not connected, you see, but it's still connected to the soul, but it's not connected to that. I don't even want to say reality, because it's something bigger than reality, and it doesn't operate anywhere near like this. So demons that are here in Earth, there's like something that they're doing, okay? And this kind of feels, it kind of feels like the whole, like this toroidal movement is in everything or everywhere to some capacity, which I'll get into, I think. But anyway, they're collapsing these. They're collapsing these like realities. Like life as it's known to exist collapses. So it's like, you know, Earth, if they were to do this, they're not trying to do this. I don't believe. I don't think they're trying to do this, which I'll explain, but it's like they're, for example, then they would try and collapse our entire reality. Like life as life itself would cease to exist. It would collapse. And they've already successfully done that in other places in some way. Like it's already like gone. And that's from a demonic force. And they're trying to conquer and control this area. And so if you look at, like when we come down, and I was saying like a toroidal, okay? So it's like that. What they're trying to do is like stretch it out, slow it down. The less, because it's like it, I don't know, it doesn't transfer, like this energy doesn't necessarily transfer here, but it's like the less appendages you have, so in some way it does, but it's not like it carries, I think, because I'm trying to make this distinction of like it doesn't carry all of that here, but it makes this more significant, more powerful, because it's more energy towards it, in the sense of more attention. You get what I'm saying? Yes. So that's what they're trying to bring it all here. I'm not sure if it I mean, it is, but I don't know if they really want, I feel like there's like a couple remaining ones that they would want to keep. Like there's some that they're not actively working on. And so when you look at this, you also, like when you expand to like a bigger toroidal kind of thing, it's like the center of the we'll say like the bigger universe, okay? Like when we expand out to more, there's like this passageway, okay? So I'm just jumping around. So there's like a passageway when you look at the center. So if you look at Earth, we'll just bring it down to Earth, and you look at it like that, there's a passageway in the center. And I feel like that's where a lot of beings kind of enter and exit through that area. So they're observing and also existing, but mostly observing from kind of passing through there, because you have to be at a certain distance and also a certain frequency, but that's not necessarily true, I don't believe. I think there's a lot of technology that's like some advancement in other civilizations, and maybe ours as well, who've been working with these in order to exist, it'd be like a spaceship, right? Like a spaceship, you can go and orbit into other places that you naturally couldn't. So it kind of encapsulates this particular kind of energy that keeps you at this distance, enough distance where you could perceive that toroidal shape, right? Because once you get too close to this reality, everything bends and turns to more circular fashion because you're looking at it from the other perspective, right? So like when I'm looking here and I'm looking around and things look different than if I were to actually exit and get further, I gotta get far reaching out of here. Out of I have to go through a black hole or something. Like I can't be in here. I gotta get totally out of here in order to see that, perceive it in some way. Unless there's some sort of technological advancement that, you know, they're using for this, which I think they're, I think they are. Just talking it out loud. Okay, so aliens. So I was like talking about how like I could be wrong about some stuff. I mean, I know I'm wrong about something obviously, but it's like there's stuff that I can feel I'm missing about it. You know, it's like sometimes you just don't, you're like, oh, I could be wrong. I don't know. I can feel there's like a chunk of stuff that I'm like not privy to. I don't know. Okay, I don't know how, so when I talked about like kind of that amnesia, so you know the whole Vegas thing that's been going on and they believe that they saw aliens. So I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was only that thing about, I don't know, some whistleblower saying something about aliens. I still haven't looked into that, but I looked at the Vegas people. Well, specifically I looked at the kids, recounting what happened, and then I saw the body cam footage. If I was the dispatcher, I would, like, not even just being funny, I would literally quit that night and I'd be like, I'm on my way. I guess I don't know, I guess that's not ethical because other people would have to pick up my shift, but I would show up. Or if I was at police, I would want them to call me to come back over there. And I also found it funny because the kid, from the body cam, the cops were like, I'm not gonna take care of it, but the kid recounted it as he was like, just shoot him on sight, something like that. And I'm like, the cop did not actually explicitly say to shoot an alien. So anyway, yeah, so I thought for a second and was like, and I don't know the answer, okay, because I didn't really think or like meditate, whatever. I was like, do I trust him? Like, do I trust what he's saying? Is he telling the truth? Like, what's going on here? He seems kind of honest, but something that stood out to me that I thought was very strange, and then I read a comment that said this, and then it brought me back to this girl, and this conversation I had. We were doing some alien stuff or whatever, like earlier this year, actually. So the guy basically was like, he felt kind of calm. I don't know, like he was like, he didn't really like freak out as much as you would think, even though he was nervous. And then someone had commented that, like, I don't know where they got this, but you know, so this is just me, like, I'm just talking. They said something like how like aliens, I don't know, they like tap in or something and like get you to not care or something, to like, because then people are like, oh, why don't you get reports, you never have these videos, like everyone just doesn't think to like take out their camera, all of this, that kind of stuff to capture it. I think that's what it was, where the guy didn't like, but he did, I don't know. Point being, I found that interesting that they said that, and also kind of the kid's reaction in some way. Because I have had those experiences with like angels, and then, you know, whatever kind of, because my experience, if I were to feel like I had some sort of alien encounter, it was more in that holographic sense. It was more in like that transparency, you know, like a transparent kind of thing. It wasn't like a physical thing, but I do believe that, but I've never experienced that, and I haven't ever looked into it. Like, I've never tried to meditate to like look into it. And there are, I believe, organizations that are not, I don't know, I'm not really going to get into all that, but everything else that I said, I believe, and that's what I got from visions. The stuff that I'm telling you, I have not gotten any visions on. It's just what I think based off of just my imagination, I guess. Anyway, but this girl, she was saying how she had this experience when she was out camping or whatever, and they saw something go by. So it was just like spacecraft maybe, and they were like calm about it. And it wasn't until the next day that they were saying, isn't that so weird that that happened and we weren't freaking out? And I don't know if they like lost track of time or anything like that, but it was just like very weird, like how they reacted. And it's giving me chills because I'm thinking that happened to me a couple times, but it was like I picked something up on camera. I don't know if it's this camera, I can look, but it's really not. It's just like a little dot or whatever. And like I think like one other time when I saw something, but it's like very calm, you know, and that's how I connected to like angels, and like anything like super like weird, I guess. You would think that you would freak out, but you don't. It's like this sense of calm and knowing. And so that, I don't know why I'm pointing. Oh, because it's okay, because your auric field, that's what I was getting at. Okay, because your auric field, because you know how I was talking about like the Middle Earth and passing through that. This is just something I was thinking. I don't know, but it makes sense of kind of like what I felt, which is like this, like kind of being able to like connect. I don't really want to say connect to like your center, because it's not that. It's like bypassing your auric field, like bypassing that to like communicate in direct form. Is that making sense? Because I think I'm saying two different, because like I don't know, I don't really even know what your aura is, because you know I got my aura read. I guess it's like your energy output, like how you're feeling. I don't know. I guess I need to look into that. But I do, but I see like different things when it comes to that. Okay, like when I think about God, you know, and we talk about like the infinity links, right? And how it's like centered, like all it is centered. And so it's that perception of that disconnect, but it's never actually disconnected. And so that's also the same as when you flip it that way, right? And then that's that. Okay, am I making sense? I'm not even really saying anything. I think I'm getting a little, let me drink some coffee. Okay, can we move on? Let's move on. Let me say something first, then I'm gonna move on. So like that film I was talking about that kind of creates from such a high vibration. So that's also kind of like this protection, right? So the more high vibrational you are, it kind of creates this film, this casing around you. Because anything that tries to go, it kind of like repels off. Not just the film, but just the high vibration. Before it even creates the film, high vibrational, going very fast, and it bounces off, right? And so with God, what I see is like this encasement, this salt, it becomes solid because it, and what we're essentially doing is like spinning so fast that it collapses on itself. Like it goes so fast, it becomes flat and becomes peace. So anyway, moving on. So I had this vision, and it's a channeled message. It's not a vision. I mean, it is, but it isn't. So let's just get into it. Totally like changing subjects. I'm over it. I'm not over it, but I'm over it for right now. So this is what I saw. Okay. Last night. So 211, 212, 213, and I feel like they're angel numbers, but what they're doing is highlighting 212 and then they're flipping it very, very fast. Like the twos and the one is like flipping. The one's flipping because it can't flip with anything, so it's like flipping with one, and then the twos are flipping side, so it's kind of like going like that, back and forth, but it keeps, so it's like highlighting 212, and then they're showing me justice, like the justice card, balance, equilibrium, fairness, righteousness, peace, resolution, belief, and trust in self and in your future. Your future. I keep hearing endeavors, but it's beyond your endeavors. It's like not just the things that you want to achieve or the things that you believe in, but it's also belief in yourself. Like it's not just the self of what you can achieve, but just you. Like a belief in you and the understanding of you and trust in you and trust in you, what you believe. Okay. And then 211 feels past. 213 is like an explosion of the future. So they're saying 212 is where you're at and that's where you'll remain. 211 is in your past. 211 is so they're tying in everything that I was saying, where it's like your aura and the Taurus. So let's keep all of that in mind, okay? So they're saying to cleansing your energy, cleansing your field, keep it moving. And they're pulling, it feels like sludge, like oily sludge. I don't like oil because that's almost too light, because it doesn't mix, so it kind of goes, but sludge, like an oily sludge, kind of gives it that medium that can really stick into the auric field. So they're pulling it out. Who is this channeled message for? Well, you'll know, okay? You'll know if you're still listening. It says, thank you for helping me see the humor in the situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. I am willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy, lean on God and the angels for support. So that's key here. Okay, let's talk about this sludge, okay? First of all, this is something to do with your past, right? And how you're changing the way that you perceive your past and how you move forward from it. I feel like you've been working on this and you've already done this, but there's something that's kind of having you. The best way I can explain this is 212 manifesting 213 or like 211 manifesting 2. No, it's like 212 experiencing 211, manifesting 213. I don't know what these are meaning, but anyway, I will say what it means right now. Looking at it, when you look at 1, it's like 2, 1, 1. 1 is a lack. 1's lack. 3 is the overabundance, to where you can spill that over to others in whichever way. It doesn't even have to be some drastic change in your life. It's like you have more than enough that you are willing to give to others because you have enough to give to others. 212 is this perfect balance and harmony where it's you creating that, it's that buildup of your aura, moving fast. And then the 213 is it's adding on, it's tacking on, and it's gonna spit out extra energy that you can kind of like give to other people in whatever way that manifests in your life, whether it's support, love, financial support, whatever. Okay. Attention. But anyway, so here's the thing. They're showing me, we're gonna have to talk through. They're showing me an example of someone who may be like manifesting, okay? And it's like, or spell work or something. And it's like, I'm doing like spell work for a partner or like money or whatever. So it's this attention, you know, or a manifestation of like something that you perceive as not having. So that keeps you in your past energy. It keeps you in the energy of not having it. When you want to propel your energy forward, you want to support yourself, and when it's just like lean on God and your angels for support, it's saying to allow to propel yourself forward, have forward thinking, faith. They're showing me faith, and faith in beyond, faith in that occurrence. And so don't focus on the not having it, because it's, you know that it's meant to unfold for you. And they're saying that they want you, they want to support you in feeling what it feels like to be at peace and have faith. Because having faith is what you have is enough right there, because you are confident in knowing that what you receive is meant to happen for you. And so they want you to be able to be happy and content and feel like enjoy. They want you to be able to enjoy what you're the right now, because it's this feeling of why not, like, you know, you're gonna get that. So don't worry, don't feel afraid that you won't have that. Like, please just, like, it's kind of like up to you, obviously, on how you want to move forward with this, because you're still going to get it no matter what. The Taurus will still spin. And by spinning, I mean, it's like pulling that into your life. It's pulling it into your life, into your reality. But you would feel a lot happier if you just accepted that it's going to happen, and then like be happy in the present moment. They really want you to be happy. Just feel like they want you to feel good. And so there's a separate energy of a person, and it feels like a female, feminine energy at least. I don't think there's anyone working with them other than who they work with, in the sense of some dark energy. And they are purposefully trying to harm you, like hex or witchcraft, like dark black magic, anything like that. And what they're doing is they're trying to keep you in the past. They're trying to keep you in that 211. They're actually pulling up this song. I saw it the other day, and it's so cute, so beautiful. This girl, she was on like America's Got Talent, or I think that's what it's called. I don't know. She got the golden buzzer, and apparently she's been on these things, these shows before, and she's just really talented. She's really, really talented. And I didn't listen to the beginning of the story, so I don't know what her story is, but I know she's blind, and she wrote this song, so it's so good. And there's this energy of like this person, okay, this other person who's trying to hex you is like, but you're too, let me just say, you're too high vibrational. You know, that thing moving, your aura, it's too fast. It's bouncing off. You know, we talked, that's why it's connecting everything, because it's bouncing off back onto them. It's gonna harm them because you're too protected. That's just your nature. That's just how it is. There's nothing, you at where you're at, because I feel you're like a light being. So your nature, who you are, where you're at in this incarnation, irregardless of whatever you do, I mean, but I mean, you're only going to do so much, because that's just within your range of who you are. Okay, so we're not going to say, you know, like, it would not totally off the chart, something that would actually be within something you would actually do. Your frequency is not going to be able to be a match in order for them to interject. It's just not. And especially where you're at right now, it's not. What they're trying to do is infiltrate. They're trying to just kind of like get that sludge. They're the sludge. That's what I'm saying, is they're the sludge. So we're trying to get that sludge out. But they're not this. They're attaching those memories back up onto you. So it's like you're healed, but then it's this feeling of like, why is that coming up? You know, because it's part of you, right? So it's not raising alarm bells necessarily. I mean, it is, because you know that this person this is not secret. So this would resonate, you would know this resonates with you, because this is not a secret. And I think that's where sense of humor and have confidence came out. Like, have confidence in yourself. You know you're protected. You know your energy is strong and your angels have your back. And having a sense of humor, like, psh, girl, you crazy. Like, why would you bother? That's gonna hurt yourself. Don't do that, you know? Like, let it go, because they can't do anything. Anyway, so it's that energy where they're bringing in, sorry, there's gnats in here. They're flying around going crazy. Anyway, so they're bringing in your past, right, into your they're trying to remind you. That's the hex. It's like trying to remind you and bring up this heaviness of your past. And so it's kind of slowing down, but it's not, do you see what, it's not affecting you in the sense that it's nothing. Because when we talk about the girl, like, this is a problem with this person, is the hexing person, whoever this is. Okay, so they see your trajectory. And there's nothing that can stop you from who you are, who you've become, and who you're destined to continue to be. And so they see, how do I say this? It's like, it's so empowering, right? This girl, like, she wrote a song about a feeling, and now it's being broadcasted everywhere. And her pain has created not just an outlet for her, a creative outlet for her, but it's healing a lot of people who may have, you know, some sort of projection onto her songs that they can relate to. And also just, she seems like such a beautiful light. She's so adorable. She's just seems like such a talented person that's just, she's captivating. And there's this energy of that. It's a similarity, like it exudes from you. So do you see, like, nothing can stop that girl. Okay, so like go watch, and it's like nothing can stop her. She's churning all of this energy into the 213. She's taking the 211 into the 213. And that's what I see as you. So you think like all of her experiences took her to where she is in the 213. Whatever kind of experience she had to create the song Lonely or Loneliness, whatever kind of instances that help, you know, her have that melodical vision, since she can't visually see. You know, it's like all of these different things that helped propel her where she's destined to be and who she's become. I hope I'm making sense with that. Basically, like, this person's trying to just sabotage you energetically by bringing things up into your field of things from the past, but that's your shield, that's your ammunition, that's your strength. It's going to backfire, and it is backfiring severely. Which, I mean, I don't know, that's on them. We have energy healing work. I just see this as, again, it's like 212 is, I need to just look it up. 211, 212, 213. This feels like 212 to me. Just like this piercing energy healing. And the fact that you're an energy healer, and like to be confident and trust yourself in that. I mean, they have to learn somehow, I guess. So I guess that's part of your energy healing work, is allow, not necessarily just like, well, you do what you do, and unfortunately it's going to backfire, and hopefully that will help you learn what it is that you need to learn, because, you know, it's going to not feel good. It says you've created this situation and you have the power to change it. Detach from the situation and self-respect. Okay, I want to pull I don't know where, I think from this. Okay, 5. That's important. 30 of Cups, but the 5 of Wands came out. Basically disengage. Yeah, just because you know who this person is, so just have a sense of humor about it. Don't like, you obviously shouldn't ever wish harm on anyone, or like wish that it's gonna backfire on them, but that's just what's gonna happen. So sorry to them, I guess. I can't show you these because they're freaky. So we have the Devil, the Stars, and the King of Swords. I see this as, you know, like, I can show you him. And I see this as like be intentional with what you say to yourself and to others, about this situation and about how you truly feel. Like, you are an energy healer, you are a light being. Be that. Be that, you know. I see also, like, I see the death card. So the death in the sense of rebirth and how the stars turn into the sun. It's like you aren't, it's like the, what's your surroundings change, like the environment changes, but the light doesn't necessarily. Like, you always have a light shining on you. And so it's just this big emphasis on, like, even with the Five of Wands, like, disengage. It's good. I don't really know why you need to know that it's gonna backfire on them. I don't know, like, I don't know why. It's this feeling of, like, showing the world what you're made of, like, show people what you're made of, but it's not in a, it's in the girl, like the girl sense, where she comes out, she gets on this TV show, she sings her single, that kind of thing. It's not in a responsive manner. It's in, like, him taking his cloak off and being like, it's showtime, like, hey, you know, this is me. I hope I'm making myself, I know I am making myself clear, but it just feels like this other person, like, that it's fated. This is some fated thing that's supposed to happen. And so I think maybe that's why you need to know, is because they're going to be stuck in the brambles. They're going to be stuck in the brambles and not able to get out of this. I mean, if you watch my other video where I talked about, like, my past life where I was just spiraling out of control, and it's kind of that feeling of, like, that's just what's supposed to happen for them, and to some degree. And so that energy healing work of disengaging means that you're not giving them more karma. You know, you're not giving them more karma to kind of have to attach to and forgive and heal, because you're stepping away, you're forgiving them, and you're letting it just reflect back onto them. So that immediate karma, that immediate pushback, that immediate, you know, like, it's just like clink, just like clinks right off of you and goes straight back to them, you know, with that same energy. Like, they're going there, but the same energy as you is what I'm saying. It's like you throw something at your energy field, your auric field, and it just bounces, so it's spinning, so you're spinning way too fast, and it just, like, plops them right in the face. And that's cleansing their energy, because now they're dealing with that in this life. So, you know, and I see you also here as, like, you've been, whoever this person is, like, you've had some sort of connection with. This isn't someone that's, like, out wherever, you know, and, like, no, like, connection to them. But I do see, like, the stars as, like, cleansing. So it's like on her, she's, like, covered in wounds. And so I feel like it's like you cleansing your wounds. That's your purpose. I know it seems like a little, I don't know. And then this and this, these are the last two. Prayer. We'll do this because this already showed up. Lean on God and the angels for support. Prayer will help this situation. Positive thoughts create positive results. And so again, it's that forward momentum. Allow yourself to feel that forward momentum towards the 213, towards the next step. Something about love too. And Archangel Michael coming through very, I mean, I'm using the deck, but that's wise, because Archangel Michael specifically coming through, which I feel is very strong support. Believe in yourself, and beautiful souls, you inspire and uplift others. And intentions. Intention is the creative power that fulfills our dreams. As your will, so is your destiny. Believe in yourself and follow your dreams. So I accidentally flipped this over, but it's forgiveness. It says, forgiveness is the first step toward letting go of hurt and emotional pain. It heals only you. So I think that's a good circle back through everything, which is exactly what it says. You're a beautiful soul, to believe in yourself, forgive this person, forgive these people, or anyone, you know, who may try to come in contact and cause you any sort of difficulties in life. Keep your intentions pure and follow through with that. And I'm hearing Scorpio to Virgo. Scorpio to Virgo. I don't know if that has something to do with the seasons or the signs itself, or moon cycles. I have no idea. I don't know anything about astrology. So but I'm seeing it on here, and then I'm hearing Scorpio to Virgo. Okay, dokie. We're done here. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go take a break and do my own thing. But I have crystal balls. I still need to do that flower reading though. I haven't done that, so my flowers are over there. But we'll do that, and then like whatever. Okay, bye.